I got my finger on the trigger.
I started the stream.
Sick person.
Yeah, I'm in the March 19th $8 AMCs.
I got March 5th and 19th. I have 100 total.
Hell yeah, man.
Twitter decided it wasn't going to tweet today.
I don't have that many.
What the fuck I was thinking, dude?
I mean, you were thinking about walking on the moon.
Exactly, I got so carried away like such a dumbass. Normally, I'm the first one out of everything.
Board still looks pretty good. Nice little bounce today. A bunch of buy signals on the 4 hour still yet to play out. Snapchat holding above that pivot. Doesn't look too bad. Airbnb up 16% today.
Netflix, Apple, Tesla, we're all fucking climbing. Let's go. Qs.
Yeah, Netflix has a couple buy signals on the daily. Already filled the gaps above you. You just had that anchored VWAP at, what is that, 558.
Tell me that doesn't look like a massive bulldog on the 15-minute.
The daily looks like a bulldog too, a little miniature.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a little buyer support on a bunch of big names, Mucky. A lot of big tech. Tesla's still holding the pivot. These bounces aren't going anywhere so far, though. They keep bouncing and dying.
Bro, I need to start trading Bumble. It's been up every day.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear something funny. We were at Kroger the other day, and we were going back to the car, and this was when it was snowing, right? So the parking lot was full of snow and ice on the streets from people driving and stuff. Anyways, so where we parked, we were kind of like next to the carts, and somebody parked next to us, but they parked really, really close. But they had the window down, right? They were just parked in there. The people were still in the car, but they had their window rolled down. And as we're getting in the car, and my daughter's getting in the back seat, and they're literally right next to us, she looks at my wife and goes, "Mom, look at this bitch." I was like, "Oh my God." She just literally looked at the car with the window open right next to us, literally 2 feet away, and was like, "Mom, look at this bitch."
I'm getting liquidation notices on Bitcoin on Twitter. What's it doing? Doesn't look that bad. There's actually a couple buy signals on Bitcoin daily. 3 buy signals back to back. Could be a massive ass bulldog on Bitcoin 1 hour.
You know, if Bitcoin has a good weekend, fucking stonks will fly too.
Yeah, Plug had a bunch of block trades coming in the morning. Pretty nice chart. Yeah, Plug doesn't look too bad. They can stay above like 47. Looks pretty good. It almost bounced off that pivot to the penny. Missed it by a little bit.
What the fuck is the SEC doing?
Oh, what's going on?
They don't ever suspend anything when fucking suits do it. I don't know. They're putting in place.
What are the 15 companies?
I don't know. I would assume they're all the meme stocks.
Says its action impacts trading in securities of 15 companies because of questionable trading and social media activity.
Is Jerry May gone?
Yeah, I think he's driving to work, I think.
So funny when the puppy's sleeping and he's dreaming sometimes. All I hear is.
Did they really fuck over people in the last hour of the week?
Has anything been halted? Has GameStop and AMC been halted?
Both of them are dropping.
That is probably going to drop them because people will assume they're going to be talking about them. They haven't released a list or anything. Yeah, Gars, I saw that on PTT and got halted by the SEC just like Coov did.
That's fucked up. These motherfuckers. Let's burn the building down.
You gotta be fucking joking me, man.
Markets go
Well,
up,
where are they?
GameStop,
Help us.
AMC go down.
Where are they when we're losing money? I don't get this.
Because
We don't
see,
give a fuck.
I did say it was on a triangle. It's looking to break up.
You gotta be kidding me. It just fell out of the sky.
There it goes.
Damn, bro.
I mean, I don't understand how this is like the reality that we're in.
It's a total joke, man. They don't do anything about it. They don't care about the retail in any way. Protect the funds. And they do it right in our face, and then they're like, no, that's not what we're doing.
They pretend like they're being good people.
Hey, maybe could be a good thing for AMC and GameStop. Maybe they think, hey, let's get one last pump out of it before it gets halted. And then it just starts fucking pumping. That'd be funny to see. I don't know if it's got a lot of volume right now, but a little bear div on the 5-minute. I'm surprised they went for partial gap fills and they didn't fill their gaps. GameStop filled about half its gap. I think it filled a lot more of it pre-market. I think it hit like 200 pre-market.
Wonder where it's been suspended, like which issuers.
SPY's hitting some resistance here. Yeah, it could be a head and shoulders. If it loses like 760, it's probably gonna go all the way back down to where it was. Back down to the bottom.
Okay, it's not GME or AMC. One of them is PTTN though.
Yeah, I saw that.
And we've really been on top of this shit.
Oh, so these are all the pennies. There's a bunch of penny names.
Okay, fucking Walter.
I don't recognize any of those except for PTTN. We were just in that like 2 weeks ago. Now we're gonna get investigated.
Why you think King is missing?
That thing didn't even run that hard to be investigated. Like it fucking ran really hard once, and then it went sideways and it didn't run again.
I just wish Walter Blomberg wouldn't say that right as AMC and GME are spiking.
They're pushing up, yeah.
Dude, you know how many people probably sold when they saw that?
Well, you instantly assume it's gonna be all the meme stocks.
Dude, I almost sold.
You have BlackBerry, Nokia, Naked, AMC, GameStop. That's like already 5 of them. What else? COS.
Yeah, we've already been through this, you know what I'm saying?
Nokia's on that list?
No, I was just saying those are the companies that you would think of when you saw that headline.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Imagine Tesla being halted. Yeah, be a lot harder to halt that company though, especially since they're a part of the S&P. I can't believe he's being investigated for that Dogecoin shit. Like, what can they do to him? It's not like they control Dogecoin. Dogecoin isn't even regulated.
It's what is it? Bitcoin and Ethereum are?
Yeah, on certain exchanges in the U.S.
But not Doge.
No, Doge. I don't think Doge is on any exchange in the U.S. that's regulated. Even like Binance US, FTX US, I don't think they have Doge.
Robinhood have Doge?
I'm not sure actually.
Fucking A, even liquidity took the bait.
What do you mean on the contracts?
No, liquidity, that social media account.
Oh, I got you.
Dude, this is all Walter's fault. They paid him to do that.
What a bloody week.
Yeah, next week will be better.
Oh God, balls! That does not look good.
What's that?
Never heard of the scythe pattern. Whoa.
It's like Loki's scepter.
It's just a fancy way of saying it's rolling over. Calling tops on
Oh,
SPY is historically extremely hard.
like a farming scythe.
Like a Reaper scythe.
Yeah, they use those for farming.
4-hour SPY is pretty damn bullish. 3 hammers, well 2 hammers, then a pretty long bottom wick back to back.
You know they're used to cut grass and wheat, the sides.
They're not used to kill people.
Well, Green Reapers historically that figure has had one, but yeah, they're used to cut down wheat and grass, like the old lawn grass cutting.
Silver lost the old
Small.
pivot. Now we're testing that old pivot at 24. As long as it holds here, I'm going to hold on to my calls. It loses this pivot, I'm done though.
CCIV's back at 31.
Dixie's up almost 1% today. This is what I was talking about. Like, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I said USD JPY looked really good. And that's not good for the dollar, or for our bearish dollar position.
Yeah, I think I was talking to you about that because I was holding Square, gold, and silver.
Yeah.
And you said I was mega bearish the dollar.
Yep.
And then I ended up closing all that stuff.
Yeah, those would have hurt you.
Well, gold and silver I closed today, so those hurt.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Trading Apple is like bullish the dollar because they fucking hold so much cash.
What happens if an in the money call expires?
It depends on your broker. Some of the brokers automatically exercise unless you turn it off. And then nothing happens. You just lose all the money.
Huh, okay. Why wouldn't you just get shares at that in the money amount?
You mean exercise?
Yeah.
Because you lose your premium? The person who exercised the contract forfeits all premium. The person who sells it gets to collect whatever he had.
There's literally like, unless it's gone up, I don't see. That's why I think a lot of contracts don't get exercises, because there's no reason to hold on to it if you own it, right?
What do you mean, hold on to the contract?
Yeah, if the contract is worth, if it's in the money, it's worth something. Even at the very least, it has intrinsic value. So there's no point in holding on to it if it's got intrinsic value, because once it expires, if you get exercise,
There's no point letting it expire, is what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah. No, yeah, you do not let debits expire. You only let credits expire.
because if you exercise, you're losing what it's worth for the strike price if it's in the money. And if you don't exercise and you let it run out, you're going to lose its value that it's worth. So it really makes no sense to me to exercise something. And what, somebody can't speak. What would be the reason someone would exercise to begin with, period?
They just want the shares at that share price, so then they could sell covered calls on it above it.
Wouldn't they just buy them, sell the contract?
They could, but if you had a far in the money call, like let's say at $100, and the price is at 130, and they want to sell covered calls, they would rather have their shares at 100 than they would buy them at 130, because it gives them a lot more room to sell covered calls.
They would also lose the $30 value on that call that they own too.
Yeah, if they held it till like the exact expiration, yeah.
That's what I mean. Like if you exercise it, you lose the value that the actual contract is worth.
I think it's a cost basis thing as well. Apple's starting to look really good. The 1 hour and the 4 hour look like they're pretty close to putting in like a V bottom.
Yeah, John, I get like ahead of time leaps, right? But like waiting until the day it expires and exercise it then, to me, just makes no sense.
I gotta run, guys. Don't dump the market while I'm gone.
Have a good
Have a
one.
good one, guys. See you guys on Monday.
Have a good flight, man.
Bunch of 1 hour sell signals on Apple if it can't close above this level. I haven't looked at PayPal recently. Let me take a look. PayPal, I'm guessing they're dumping more heavily on the Bitcoin stuff because they're diving into the Bitcoin space, so they're kind of one of those stocks that gets tied to Bitcoin's price. So if Bitcoin has a bad week, companies like Square, PayPal, CleanSpark, all these other companies, SOS I think is one of them, they're all going to start getting hurt because of Bitcoin. So understand that PayPal is kind of tied to Bitcoin in that way. It's not 100% tied, but it will correlate. Right now it's bouncing off a pivot. Looks pretty decent. If it breaks that pivot, though, it's going to die. Probably down to 238, 240-ish. You just had the OTS trail flip red for the first time in a long time, so that's not very good. Starting to enter a downtrend. Same thing with the NQ daily. You just flipped red on that as well. NQ still failing to get above this 4 hour pivot. Yeah, it's not too bad. Little inverse head and shoulders coming in on the lower time frames. The buyers are just weak. Every time that NQ or ES try to push higher, they sell off.
I guess that's the only way I can see that you would do is you're exercising. If you're expecting a gap up or a gap down on SPY or something like that, you could exercise.
Not very many people exercise.
No, that's why I think that's why I think very little options get exercises because it's very limited on how you can benefit from
Yeah,
it
there's not a lot of benefits.
versus just selling it. Like I can understand holding leads too, but just the whole exercising on the day it expires, to me, is like very narrow.
Damn, you had a lot of people lining up for those fucking cars this morning. Like what, over 200K? Fucking nuts. I think my Q's puts are gonna pay. Looking weak. It's gonna be a violent Monday though. It's putting in one of those charts that either gonna full retrace back to 325 or it's gonna leak like another 1.5%. Probably go down to like 308. I couldn't see it going sideways here for much longer. It's just too volatile. Look at the volume coming in on Qs, it's disgusting. Qs and SPY getting a shit ton of volume compared to the last few months. Getting a nasty sell-off on SPY here. 10 red candles in a row on the 1 minute. How are the meme stocks doing? GameStop still coming down after that report.
So stupid. Literally everyone, Zero Hedge and Walter and all that, they're just posting that.
Yeah, they're not
15
posting a
stocks,
link.
they're not specifying which.
Yep.
Fucking working with the suits.
It is pretty funny the way they're purposely doing the headline like that.
I don't get it. Maybe they have shorts.
It is pretty profitable to short these companies right now. So like I said yesterday, you could have sold those 7 or 800s that we were talking about, but it's just stupid to do it because it's too risky. But it's not getting to 7 or 800, or I think it was 7 800, right? That's how far they go up. They were like fucking $300 or something.
800.
Yeah, 7 800. They're already worthless. They were going for like almost $6 at their peak. Disgusting. The 800s for next Friday are going for 330 right now. How much collateral do they want from you? Holy shit, they want $33,000 in collateral. Per contract. They're giving you less than a 1% credit received. That's pretty bad. After all that sell-off, I still have a 67% POP on my Apple Premium. So not a lot of options traders believe Apple's going to go below 120 by, what is it, March 19th? Yeah, March 19th. I want to see Ford close it at least like 1180, 1190. I think Ford still looks pretty good. Small bear div on the daily, but it hasn't played out. 4 hour has a weak close. I can't believe Costco hasn't found buyers yet. Costco doesn't have a whole lot of support left until like 325. It's losing 3 4-hour pivots, and it lost 2 daily pivots as well. What's SPY doing? SPY's bouncing off that support at 382 to the penny.
Wow. SOS got murdered today.
It was that report that came out.
Yeah.
They got slapped. Yeah, balls. If I had to guess, though, I'd say it is. It lost the monthly VWAP. You're losing a bunch of pivots. The only tech chart that looks decent is like Facebook. The other tech charts are kind of still bleeding into support. Apple doesn't look too bad. SPY hasn't fully hit its VWAP yet, so a little room to fall on SPY. Yeah, I have some puts on Qs. They're not very bearish though. Let me see. Like per spread, it's about 15 delta. So I only make $15 per dollar Qs falls per spread. So it's not insanely bearish, but it is a little hedge if we do fall. I was thinking about taking profit on my sell side. It's already up 50%, about $100 a contract. Could close that and let it run naked. But if I don't close it, I'll get a lot more theta burn up into Monday. So I'm thinking about closing them first thing on Monday. Hopefully we don't get a big gap down.
Oh, we got UFC tomorrow.
Who's fighting?
Rosenstruck, or however you say his name. Nikita Krylov is fighting tomorrow. Alex Caceres, if you like him. Next week, though, you got Dominic Cruz, Joseph Benavidez fighting. Couple Tim Elliott, I think, is fighting also.
I think Cruz is tarnishing his record, to be honest. He's way out of his prime.
The Izzy fight is next week. That's right. I forgot about that. Izzy, Amanda Nunez, also.
That's all next week?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty
weekend.
good.
Yeah, Amanda Nunez and
Does Nunez still have the belt?
Yeah. And Jan Blachowicz is a light heavyweight. Izzy is middleweight. They fight next week.
Has Nunez lost the belt since Ronda?
Nope. She remember she beat up Cyborg.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Nunez is a beast.
Yeah, she just she turned a corner because she lost a long time ago to Kat Zingano.
The wrestler?
Yeah,
Isn't she an Olympic wrestler?
I think no, not Kat.
She was on the Ultimate Fighter, I think.
Maybe. But she got TKO'd back when the UFC first started putting women in on in UFC. Kat Zingano lost to Ronda Rousey, but before that, Kat Zingano beat.
That was the one where she hit her in the liver, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and then she fell, and he called the fight. It was a controversial stoppage.
Did lose a long time ago too in Strikeforce to the wrestler Alexis Davis. That's who you're thinking about.
Oh, I gotcha.
This is the Olympic wrestler, I think. But that was God, I don't know, 8 years ago or something.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
I remember when I was watching the Ronda fight against Holly Holmes, and me and my friends went to the bar, and I was like fucking yelling, like, why is she boxing her? Like, she is boxing a fucking multi-world champion boxer. And like Ronda refused to take her to the ground or grapple with her. And she just sat there and boxed her and got her ass beat.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to prove that she could box with her.
Well, to be honest, she had beat other people standing up, so she got this what's the word?
She had an idea in her head that she was a better boxer than she was.
Yeah, exactly.
When her hands are dog shit.
She had false confidence.
Yeah.
Boxing ability because she had knocked out a couple people before. She had this false confidence that she could sit there and box with her, and you saw how that ended up.
Yeah. GameStop's on a 5-minute pivot. If it loses this level here, it's going to go down to like 84 probably. It's holding pretty strong right now, though.
And you can see in that fight, she she couldn't. She never went for that.
Dude, she didn't even try to take her down in that fight.
No,
It was
no.
it was awful. She tried to take her down towards the end when she was hurt,
Yeah, but
not in
before
the beginning.
in every other fight before she started deciding she wanted to box, that was her first move was a takedown
Yeah.
and then break your arm off, and she didn't want to. She was like, "Oh yeah, I can box. I can beat her boxing."
She got she was quickly found out, like the other fighters quickly found out that she was a one-trick pony.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
couldn't stand up. She had no like good ground defense.
What happened is that people realize, not people realize, the rest of the women caught up with her.
Yeah.
When she was champ, she was light years ahead of anybody in that one particular style of arm bars or whatever, you know? And then once all the women, as far as their level of game and their how strong they were, got up to her level, then it
Well,
was
the
fun.
what Ronda did is she made the UFC realize that they needed to go out and get some better talent. Like Ronda
Yeah.
dominated everyone because they didn't have very good fighters besides Ronda. They had a few decent fighters, they weren't really good. And then the UFC went out and got all these fucking fighters like Nunes, Holly Holmes, the girl that Nunes just fought recently, can't remember, Cyborg, somebody else. Like they started bringing in all stars.
Once the level of competition reached to Ronda's level, and then they realized that, then she realized she didn't have that advantage anymore.
Yeah. I've almost been trading for 10 years, Mucky. This September will be my 10-year anniversary.
She was the first, so I'll give her credit there. She was the first big female star.
Oh, for sure. She
you know,
catapulted the female division.
absolutely.
If she wasn't such a big star, they wouldn't have put so much funding into their women's division. I like watching Joanna fight. That Joanna fight that she was in, I think it was her last fight. I can't remember if she fought somebody after that. When it went the distance and they were both just covered in blood. It was like last year, I think. That is, I think, honestly, the best fight I've ever seen.
Anna Jędrzejczyk is amazing at what she does.
Yeah. I can't believe she lost that fight, to be honest. That's a Hall of Fame fight. If you guys have not seen that fight,
Yeah,
that is
was
a
a good
Hall of Fame fight. Who was she fighting? Was it? It was an Asian. It was an Asian girl, I think.
Yeah. I
Let me
can't.
look at her. Joanna. I'll look at her recent fights.
It was the first Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese. She was Chinese, exactly. Zhang. Welly Zhang, I think. Oh, they have a full fight here. I can't show it on stream, but here, I can post it in Discord. This is a Hall of Fame fight. If you guys have not seen that,
Yeah, that was crazy. And
GameStop bleeding here below the 50 and the pivot.
Yeah, Joanna,
Go ahead.
she's regressed a little bit. I think after she got surprised, knocked out by Amanda Nunes, she lost confidence in herself.
Yeah.
She's still one of the top female fighters on the planet.
Did Nunes beat that Chinese girl to take her belt?
No, no. Zhang beat Jessica Andrade for the title.
Does she still have it?
Yeah, Zhang still does. Andrade was the girl who did a pile driver on Rose Namajunas to win the title. I think that was Andrade who did that. Yeah, she slammed her head in and
I
knocked
think
her.
I've seen that, yeah.
and then she lost to Zhang afterwards. Yeah, Jessica Andrade slammed Rose after Rose knocked out Joanna, and then the Chinese girl got the title from Andrade.
Dude, every time AMC and GameStop, all the meme stocks start melting, the indexes go vertical.
GameStop looking at against VIX is nearly identical.
Yeah.
All the pumps are fake outs.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine being in a relationship with someone who can
Murder you.
Yeah, as having a wife that can kill you with their bare hands. Well, ES is just going up now in the last 10 minutes.
What's even sadder about all that? Smoochie, look at this. They're literally, all those headlines, they were just copy and pasting the SEC's tweet, and they just took the link out on purpose.
That's so fucked up. Why would they do that?
They're just fucking manipulators, dude.
You don't trust anyone except for this fucking chat room.
Literally copy and paste, and they just deleted the link.
Yeah, John.
Look at ES pumping up to the close.
Yeah, we'll see if it maintains.
Dow's going up. What are the Qs doing?
Dude, the puts that I sold, like as part of my diagonal, they're already up fucking almost 70%.
Wow.
You can make some good money on diagonals if you pick the right stock.
Dude, I'm thinking about, like, in March, just nothing but diagonals and premium on indexes.
Really thinking about doing it with CCIV, like buying at 30 and selling like 40 or 50. Now that
ES.
Yeah,
CCIV
they're
has
doing well.
CCIV has weekly options now, so imagine if the stimulus gets passed over the weekend. We're gonna have a big fat green open on Monday, right?
You would think so. I wouldn't put it past this market to dump on stimulus, though.
You're right. It's like a positive earnings report.
Yeah. This is not the market to be longing stimulus.
Remember how sensitive the market was like in, what was it, October, November? Every little stimulus thing tanked.
I will say this. If stimulus gets passed and my silver position goes down, I will never trade silver for the rest of my life. If stimulus being passed makes silver go down, I will never trade silver again. You heard it here first. And then we'll be trading in the Discord like 20 years from now, and you guys will be calling out silver, and I just can't trade it. But that would not shock me either. Fucking stimulus passing and silver going down. The stimulus that they're voting on today is a 1.9 trillion bill, so it's not very big, but it's decent sized. For something that would be like blatantly strong for silver would be like over 2.5. Like closer to 3 trillion, silver should pump easily. Yeah, Mucky, the way silver's been playing recently, I think it's just waiting on stimulus, to be honest. Every time it tries to push without stimulus, it fails. How's oil been doing today? Down 3%. I think any big dip on oil is very viable. Like down to like 55 or 50. You have all the travel sectors booming right now. Hospitality, Boeing, all the airliners, cruises. They're all anticipating a spike in travel. You also have tensions in the Middle East rising again. So that should definitely bring the price of oil up. You also have OPEC continuing to agree on supply cuts. The Saudis are arguing with the US government now over the killing of Khashoggi.
Oh, is there anyone who had any doubt that the man ordered the killing?
Well, the Saudi government rejects US report of Khashoggi's killing. We'll see what's next. If the American government really wanted to hurt the image of the Saudi government, they could just release the evidence that they have to the public. I don't think they would do that, though.
They're just gonna get a slap on the hand and nothing will happen because they're an ally.
Yeah, they're too much of an ally in the Middle East with oil, too.
Oil and all the weapons we sell to them.
Five minutes, guys. Anything you're holding over the weekend.
Oh, what a dump on ES.
Hey, you like that?
Wow.
Caesar, I thought you were standing over the toilet looking into it when you said that.
Nah,
What the fuck?
I never drop kids off at the lake during trading hours.
It drops so fast.
Look at her go, boys. My puts are getting paid.
Oof.
Huh.
Back down to the 5-minute pivot on SPY. Hey, AGT, what's going on, man? The UK 100 will be a nice play soon. Is that their index, Mucky?
Wu-Tang, ever since I said that, man, I got that damn song stuck in my head.
Which one?
Cream, get the money. The dollar, y'all.
He knew what you were talking about. He just wanted to hear you sing it.
I mean, does this usually happen on Friday afternoons, dumping weeklies? Is that what causes ES to go down?
I would say this is more stimulus stuff.
Okay. You had said this like a couple of weeks ago, but you had said if the stimulus takes too long, the market will just price it in. Do you think that's already happened?
That's what I was saying. When I took my VIX trade, I basically called the top of SPY because I assumed that the last week of February into March, if the stimulus wasn't already being passed, it was going to start getting priced in because people are tired of waiting. That's exactly what's happening. But sadly, my VIX trade didn't pay me. I got fucking ruined. And then, yeah, I think that's what's happening. That's what's been happening for the past week and a half, basically.
Ooh, Neo upgrade.
Let's go.
HSBC price target race to 54.
Who did?
Neo.
No, who's the bank?
HSBC.
I don't know if they're that big. But the daily pivot on Neo is clean. You see that? Almost to the penny.
HSBC is pretty big. It's like $3 trillion in
I
assets.
mean, for their calls, Connor would know better. Some people who do upgrades and downgrades, their calls literally mean nothing. Nobody trusts their analyst. Where's that 4-hour close on Qs? Yeah, the 4-hour close is really bad. You had the 4-hour close before this one, failing the pivot, and now we're getting confirmation. And we're still below the monthly VWAP. Now, SPY is still above its monthly VWAP, just barely. 377. It loses that next week, it's going to get bloody. This is also the 50-day moving average. Qs has already lost the 50-day.
Going to get bloody?
Yeah, this ain't even it. This is a bullish pullback so far. What is it, 3.5% from the highs? Yeah, 3.5%, 4%. Nothing.
How much was September?
And closer to 10.
Oh, wow.
15% on Qs.
You think that had to do with like the outlook on coronavirus returning with people going back to school and
There was a big news announcement that started. I can't remember what it was, and then it just kind of kept going. I think the travel sector was taking a massive hit around that time.
Yeah. I feel like health-wise and, world resuming operations is a little bit more bullish in mindset right now.
As long as the travel sector is pricing in good returns, basically customers returning to their industry, I think the market is safe from like a major meltdown. But if the travel sector starts failing again, all the hospitality stocks start failing, I think we're looking at a big pullback. That sector is holding us up pretty big right now. This closing volume is very bad.
Airlines are pretty much the lifeblood of the American economy.
Very, very bad close. Bell's about to ring.
Is how Palantir closed bullish or not really?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's bouncing right off that level I told you, 23. 2250, 23, big support. As long as you hold that. If you lose that level, though, it's going to go down to like 20.
Wow, piss poor close by ES.
Yeah, nasty sell-off. I lost about 2% of my account today, so in the past week and a half, I'm down about 8 to 10%. Pretty bloody week for me. First red week of the year.
This account's pretty bloody.
Still green on the year, since January was so fucking bullish. But it's going to take me probably a few weeks to recover these losses. I wouldn't even be mad about it if it wasn't for the fucking VIX thing. The VIX thing really pissed me off.
You're in like two of the most like frustrating things.
Dude, I would be green over the past 2 weeks if one, the VIX trade would have priced in, or two, I would have just taken Spire Qs instead. So those two things are just eating away at my fucking head and irritates me. But besides that, it's normal trading. What was that?
AMC and GME shot up for a second there after the bell.
Yeah, they're fucking VIX, they're volatility indexes basically. Yeah, Mucky, I'm holding over the weekend as well. I'm pretty hedged right now though. So if we go red short term, I'm looking good to cash out on that. But alright guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a good weekend as always. I'll be streaming Monday 3 p.m. Eastern. But I will be releasing the summary of markets on Sunday, probably around 4:30 p.m. So be on the lookout for that. That will be our weekly watch list and our summary of the major markets. And then we'll be back for our live trading session in Discord Monday, 9:30 a.m. You guys have a good one. If you like the video, make sure to like the video, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out.